But yeah, my mother was not thrilled that my wife is who she is because she's black. My mother is racist. Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, is there anything you liked about the wedding? And she was like, yes, your wife's dress, because it was white. Yes. I will educate Indonesian people. And also, and don't get me started on cappuccino cincau. Cappuccino cincau, if you drink cappuccino cincau, you're a terrible person and you will go to hell.
Damn. Okay. Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Careful. I mean, don't want to break the chair.
I know nothing about that. Okay, so like, I can't say anything.
That's how it's going to be, okay?
I will show you the video. It's the
Okay.
funniest
That's
thing.
how it's going to be.
Yeah, very nice. Are you okay? You looked happy before, but then after she made that comment, now you look
No, it's not the comment, it's her.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah.
You have a problem with her.
I
Oh,
do-
yes.
I
Oh,
do
okay.
have that kind of fact to everyone.
To men.
To men specifically. So why did you come here? Is there anything wrong?
What isn't wrong? Everything is wrong. That's why you go to the bar, to drink your problems
fair.
away.
That is fair. We got you a drink here. There's a
Thank you.
coffee, but someone drank a little bit of it already. I don't know who.
I'll taste it again and pretend I never tasted it before.
That you kind of ruined the bit, but all right.
I thought you were a comedian.
I'm breaking the fourth wall.
I
It's all
see.
fake here. This is
It
not
is.
real wood. Okay, sorry.
It is all fake. You're right. A lot of people think that everything here is real. That is an interesting thing. You like the bar?
Yeah. No, it's great. I love the pictures on the wall.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You have some greats.
So you came here with no specific problem?
Except for Annie, I'm pretty good. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am the problem.
So she's the problem. You know what? Tell me your history with Annie. There we go. That's the problem. What is going on here?
No, actually, I have to admit, Annie. Oh yeah, my mustache got.
Yeah, just take
I
that
told-
away.
No, it makes me more Italian. I look like Super Mario now.
Okay.
No, Annie is. I have to actually give you a compliment. You know, I hate to do that, but love looks good on you. Because I met Annie when she was very lost years
Well,
ago.
When I was still a
I didn't want to say that, but yes, when she was still. And you know, I feel like back in the day, every man that used to have sex with you, they had latent tendencies because you looked like a little Chinese boy.
Yes.
But now that you found love, you actually look like a girl. That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's
What?
great. Yeah.
Wait, she used to look like a little Chinese boy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. She used to look like you 10 years ago. That's
Me 10 years ago?
yes, because you're like grown
Okay.
up.
All right. So she.
I have like a really short hair back in the day.
Okay. Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
I never knew that. You know what? Most of the time.
Oh, and by the way, just to put this up, between me and her, nothing ever happened. I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take
Cool.
your word for it.
No, like I have standard.
Very low, but not that low.
Are you calling yourself way lower than
Oh,
that?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I go for desperate women. That's my.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wasn't she desperate?
No, I'm not that desperate.
Not that
Exactly.
desperate.
But like real desperate
Okay.
women.
Yeah, who's you trying to impress?
Nobody. Are you guys not drinking? Am I the only one drinking?
We're lemon juice. Yeah, we got it.
Straight lemon juice?
Yeah.
Are you a psycho? What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what?
it is. Okay.
Most of the
Just
time.
like your father. What?
My father.
No, I never met the guy. I'm sure he's a great person.
Oh, he's downstairs.
He's downstairs. If you
Are
wanna
you
meet him.
threatening me? I'm gonna call him.
You know, usually when guests come here, they make fun of me specifically. So this is a very nice change that you're making
Oh,
fun of her.
I can do that.
No, it's okay. No, you can just keep making fun of her.
I mean, at the end of the day, let's be honest.
Okay.
Annie's here because, you know, through her hard work and talent, and
true,
you're
true.
here because of
Yeah,
your father.
true.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, and-
You're a daddy's boy. It's okay. You should be proud of your father.
I'm very happy
She's
about
not proud of her father.
Yeah, because I don't know
She
my
doesn't
father.
have one, so it's like, you know, it's
Exactly.
okay.
At least your father looked at you and was like,
Exactly.
I want to raise him. His father looked at her and she was like, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's like a nepo baby, and then it's like, oh wow, no.
My best Nepo baby story is from the daughter of Calvin Klein.
Okay.
And she was like, I hated dating in college because every time I would make up with a guy and then we would get naked, he would have my father's name. And she was like, I'm out. I can't do this.
I'm done. No.
It's like my father is judging me for being
You're like taking off the pants. Oh! Okay.
That's a very unique problem to
That is,
have.
Oh my
that is
God.
incredibly unique. Okay. You know
That's
what?
great, though.
What about you then? How is your family life?
Yeah, how's yours?
I love my family because they're thousands of miles away in Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
wait.
never had a better relationship since I moved to another continent.
Okay, so that's a problem then.
I mean, the last time your mom visited in Bali, things happened.
So, my father has been dead for almost 25 years.
I'm so sorry.
Last time I saw my mother, she came for my wedding. I got married the 23rd of November.
Okay. When?
Last
23rd, this like a few months
last
ago.
year?
Yeah, last
Last
year.
year.
And which is weird because I've been saying that I was marrying since years.
Yeah.
I also tried to get married in South Africa and we had some problem with bureaucracy. You know, you guys complain about Indonesian bureaucracy. It's not only you guys. Like
Okay.
Italy bureaucracy is probably worse.
That's good to know. Please say it again.
Indonesia, please give me passport. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, my mother was not thrilled
Oh.
that my wife is who she is because
Okay.
she's black. My mother is racist. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually have a joke. She didn't actually say that, but that was the vibe that she has. That my mother started complaining about the whole wedding because people were very loud
Right.
and I was like, "Is there anything you liked about the wedding?" And she was like, "Yes, your wife's dress because it was white." Yeah. No, so what
Okay.
happened is that my mother was supposed to stay 2 weeks after the wedding in Bali. She left the day after.
Oh my.
At least she came. Was that,
Yeah, she could have stayed home because I paid for the flight.
could have
So at
stayed
that
home.
point, it's just
I mean, she
money
could-
wasted.
She could have stayed home. She could be like, you know what? Nah, my son's not gonna. Not that important.
Now, actually, this is one of the actual fears that I have for my son.
Okay.
Which is, I have a great relationship for my son. I wake up every morning at 5 a.m. to cook him lunch for when he goes to school. We spend all the time together. I love him so much. But every great success story, like Jordan and like older father was either deadbeat or my father hit me or he was
Yeah,
it's
you-
never my father was amazing.
You
know?
don't really hear it.
Exactly. So,
Oh.
like, I'm afraid that my son is gonna do nothing with his life because I love him so much. So
Yo.
now, every once in a while, just punch him in the stomach.
Well, that's
just
fair.
Yeah, hey, or like outsource the trauma.
yeah, that's fine. I'll let my son date someone like Annie when he's in his early
Let
20s.
me babysit your son.
No, thank you.
Wait, how old is your son?
4.
4. Okay. Well, I mean, there's still time.
Yeah, there's still time. There's still
Hopefully,
time.
yeah.
Hey, his dad beat him.
My dad beats me up all the
Exactly.
time.
And look,
so
you
it's
have
good.
a podcast now.
That's true. So
So?
maybe you gotta get a little bit of like
Yeah.
violence. It's like it's
Alright.
fine.
Yeah.
Your dad was, you said, not a good person.
Man, he was a lawyer, so
Oh.
Ah,
Okay.
the
So,
devil's advocate.
yeah.
so he hurts you with words.
He actually used to be the defense lawyer of most of the mafia bosses in Italy.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
it was.
Is that why you left and went to Indonesia?
No. I did get one of my business shut down by the mafia
Oh, wow.
a few years before I left Indonesia, but that was not related to my father. I had the business, that business in the malls when they have the electric cars that the babies ride onto.
Yeah.
And I was the first one to bring it to Italy.
Okay.
And I started with a couple of malls. I was expanding. I set up the franchise. And then one day, this guy that was interested in the franchise calls me and is like, "Chris, I have to tell you something. I'm not really interested in the franchise." I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm interested in the whole business." I was like an investor. It's like, "No, I represent people, and this is what we're gonna do." And this is all true, by the way. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you how much we're gonna pay. You're not gonna like it, but you're still gonna say yes, because.
We're gonna make an offer that you couldn't.
No.
refuse.
He said something similar. He said, first of all, just to let you know that we're serious, as soon as I hang up the call, the GM of that mall that you're going to open in Rome is going to call you and say, you're not going to get that mall anymore. And the one that you have in Milano is going to tell you that they're not going to renew your contract. And you know, you can still have your business, but, you know, those are electric cars and, you know, sometimes they catch on fire. I was like, okay, just tell me how
Okay,
much you're
just
going to give me.
take it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that why you become a comedian now?
Part of it, yeah. All the traumas I had, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, then why did you go to Indonesia? Is it because of that?
No, so I
feel-
was getting divorced with my first wife,
Okay.
Russian. Never married a
Interesting.
Russian.
And you went to Bali where there's a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. That was the worst. No, but what happened is that before meeting her, I was living in Milano at the time, but I already lived in many countries before.
Okay.
And I was like, I need to get out of Italy. And what happened is that I found this job for this $1 billion startup,
Okay.
which I cannot name because I signed an NDA. And they told me, okay, you're gonna start in Spain, and then you're gonna do 6 months in South America, and then Pacific Islands. Every month we're gonna send you to a different country. I was
Okay.
like, that's amazing. And then 2 days before I started, the vice president calls me and is like, well, when I hired you, they just hired me 1 week before. So the board of directors just shut down this project. We don't have a job for you. And I was like, what do you mean? I quit my job? What am I supposed to do? And he was like, here's 1 year salary, off.
Okay.
And it was a big salary.
Okay.
And I was like,
That's
okay,
good.
I'm moving to Bali.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it was like, there's not an escape. It was just like, I might as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, if I like it, I'll stay. If I don't, I went. Obviously, I liked it. And for the first 2 years, I just partied and spent all the money I had. And then I was teaching pro bono for a non-profit organization. I was teaching public speaking.
Okay.
And then somebody said, you know, it's weird that in Bali and also in the rest of it, there's not really English comedy.
That's true.
And I was like, I'll do it. And then it blew up, and he actually moved to Bali because of the shows we were having. And then we did sushi and everything else, social media, and it changed my life. That's why I always say, I'm living the Indonesian dream.
Are you planning to stay here permanently?
If it's up to me, I'll die in Bali, yes. Hopefully not later rather than sooner, but yes.
You'll die in Bali
hopefully
tomorrow.
you'll soon die in Bali.
But yeah, Bali is home. My son was born in Bali. I have a
Okay.
house in Bali, yeah.
Then how did you meet your second wife?
It was her last day of holiday.
Okay.
We met, we immediately connected, but the day after I drove her to the airport and the flight got canceled because of COVID.
Oh, okay.
So I, as a Gentile, I was like, well, you can stay with me, you know? So she stayed with me one more night, then she finally got into the flight. And as she was flying, the whole world shut down.
Okay.
And so I was home. I couldn't do nothing. Everyone was in lockdown. So after 1 week that we were talking on Zoom, I was like, leave your family, leave your friends, leave your job and move in with me. And it took her 6 months to get, the flight to open up again. But that's what she did, and it worked
Hold
out.
on. How long was she talking to you for?
2 days.
Not even, because we met in the evening, so 1.5 days.
So,
Love at first sight works.
So let me get this straight. You met her for 1.5 days. You talked for 1.5 days.
Yep.
And then you were like, you want just to leave your family.
Yeah. And she said yes, because my is that good. No, it's not. But it wasn't because of the sex.
It was something else. But it worked. That's what matters, right?
It worked. I don't know, because she's almost perfect. The only bad thing, and she knows, Annie knows her well, the only bad thing about my wife is her taste in men. Besides that, she's
So
perfect.
you.
Yeah.
are-
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
How
The
did that,
one thing I'm always sick is that everyone always, if you meet me and you meet my wife, oh, Chris, you're so lucky. It's like nobody ever says she's lucky. I'm always,
It's more of like the classic fairy tale, you know, the beauty and the
okay. Then how do you think you got her? Like that? What
I'm
happened?
charming.
Okay.
No, but back in the...
Lie. That's
You
what I
lied.
did. I
No, I'm
lied.
like trying to learn right
Oh,
now. You know what I mean? So
that's
I'll
what
make notes.
Weren't
I'll put my phone
Weren't
on.
you used to be a pickup artist?
I was back in the day. I used to teach
Let
how
me get my
to.
phone out real quick. And then you're like, yeah.
Back in the days, I used to teach how to approach women.
Okay.
Well, I guess you just have to say your last name in Indonesia, and that works.
Well,
But what you want to do when you approach women is to be different than everyone else.
Okay.
The best compliment a girl can ever tell you is, I never met anyone like you. That's what you want.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So be different.
You don't want to be a basic.
Yeah, be a serial killer.
I'm not sure that.
I never meet with anyone like you. Me too.
There's like there's a funny difference between like there's like okay, you're saying how to do this as like picking up girls like that. Oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I once saw an Instagram post of Henry Cavill.
Oh yes,
saying
yes,
that, like,
yes.
if you like someone, just ask her out.
Yeah, but
What's the worst that can happen?
It always works for me.
Yes.
but he is Henry.
If Henry Cavill asked me out, I would say
I'll
yes.
go too. I'm like, yeah, you're Henry
So
Cavill.
what's your go-to pickup line?
I don't have
Okay,
one.
we
I
have
don't have one. Hold on now.
You're an actor now.
No, wait. You gotta give me a
that-
script.
Now it's my show.
I'm not an improv.
No. Okay, so you see any at the bar?
Wait, you gotta teach me that.
No,
You
no,
say-
no, first
you
I
tell
have
me.
to see-
No, you tell me, and
I
then
don't
I'll do
care.
it.
You see any at the bar?
is my show.
You're attracted to her? Go.
Okay, well that's the first wrong thing. Right there.
Let's pretend.
Okay, I'm not that good of an actor.
Okay, you're attracted to me.
I am. All right.
Okay, go. What do you say?
What do I say?
Yeah. Or
I love your mustache.
I mean, in Italy works because usually Italian women have mustache, but
you're a girl, right? So what do you think if I say like I love your mustache to a girl?
that could actually work because if she has a good sense of humor,
That's true.
but most of the time she will throw her drink at you.
And then then I'll get beat up.
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
have you ever like go to somewhere and just kind of like approach?
Or
I
every
have
girl
never-
you've been with or you dated, it was always friends over friends or something.
I've never done
Cold approach, never?
I've never done a cold approach, but like, I mean, most of the people I've been with hasn't been friends of friends either. Like they're just like I meet in like somewhere.
Do you kidnap them? Like, well, how
Yeah. So basically, I have this white van.
first I put them in my basement and then we start the relationship.
So like basically, people say chloroform, but it's not that one. So I don't know. Basically, like sometimes work, or like if it's college or whatever, then I meet them and then I legitimately just talk. Like
That's so creepy.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
Just talk. What,
just-
what-
So, okay,
what's
Annie,
the first thing that
Annie,
you
what's
say?
the best pickup line you ever heard?
Oh, what? No, nothing. The worst.
Okay, give me the worst.
Give us the worst.
Not the worst. Just like weird,
Okay.
right? Just weird. I was at Old Man's at this bar,
Yeah.
and this man.
It's a club just mostly for bullets, I'm
yeah,
saying, but
and this man just looked at me. It's like, wow, you look like someone who has ambition.
All right.
look, he's
Okay.
thinking, oh,
You know
that's a
what?
good one. Let me
You know
write
what?
it down.
I got one.
All right,
Yeah.
shoot.
Are you from Mississippi? Because you're the only Miss.
Okay, that was my time. Thank you.
Bleep all of that.
I have an even worse one.
That bleep it.
I have because the shows we used to do together every week in Canggu, we had this segment that was the pickup line
Go.
game, and this is the best and the worst.
Is it the? Who said that? Who was,
Just a random
just like a
dude?
random dude.
I just my pants gonna get into yours.
Why is
No, no. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
That's why. Yes, no.
First of all those pickup lines I've never used, alright? This is a joke. All this is a joke.
Okay, so when I was
Hear me out.
first of all, you have to understand the kind of girls you have. Like, for example, when I used to teach, I was in Milano, and Milano is the fashion capital of the world. And my niche was only models. I would only date models. And and you have to get into the psychology, because if you're a model, you know you're pretty.
Okay.
That's your job to be pretty. So if a guy comes to you and say, "Oh, you're so beautiful," you're like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would get into their ego.
Oh, you're ugly as.
No, no, no.
Dude, look at him. Oh God.
No, my pickup line was like, "Yeah, the dress is nice, but it doesn't match your shoes," and I would walk away, and they would lose their mind.
Okay.
And so they would come talk to me like, "Who are you?" But already I was different than any other guy.
Okay.
And then from that you can build.
Anyways, I don't use those pickup lines, but I've never tried to do a cold approach on people, right? Like I told you, like I usually just, if it's in a situation, I just go up and talk about the situation.
You should do some cold approaches.
Why do you think you never do that?
Because I never,
Chicken.
first of all, yeah.
It's very scary for a man to approach a girl.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah, of course.
There's a couple things. First of all, when I was younger, I'm a chicken. Like I was too scared
How old
to
are
do
you?
it. How old do you think I am?
you're Asian. Like,
Yeah,
it's off for us. Like, you could be between 20 and 45, and I'll be like, that makes sense.
Well,
I would say like 23, something like that.
Okay, that's not that bad. I'm 19. So
19?
yeah.
Oh, you're a baby. Okay.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe when I was like 16 or when I was like 17, probably I was too chicken to actually cold approach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it, but I don't. Well, firstly, not looking for someone. Secondly, when I do it, I get them. Like
When I do it, I get
when
it.
I do it.
Okay, Henry
When
Cavill.
I do it, I have a 50% chance.
Ooh, okay.
50% chance.
From I get them to 50%, that's a big
you know
drop.
A 34% chance. I'm calculating how many. I'm kidding.
But like, because like I know you and Toko met on dating apps. Bumble, right?
Bumble. What?
Bumble.
I thought you met like randomly.
No, Bumble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you use
I'm
that?
too scared to use dating apps. I'm not doing
I
that.
guess as
Not
someone
yet, man.
as someone who's known like you.
If I'm not
You
known,
know?
I'd probably use it. But because I'm,
Just go to another country and do it.
yeah, probably.
That's
But
how I
like-
got my boyfriend. Like I
Well, yeah.
left the country and then got him.
But I'm.
Because she went through all the ones in this country. and
Yeah.
then she had to-
I mean, I use dating apps. You remember this when we used to have a show in Bali? Dating apps. I use it to get audience to the show.
Yeah, and it was actually hilarious.
And it worked?
Because every guy thought he was the only guy.
And it wasn't. It was like 10 people.
There were like 5, 6 at the show.
Wait. Okay. How the hell did that happen?
So I put in my bio like I'm a comedian, and then some men they have their ego. They will be like,
Some,
oh,
all of them.
right? And they're like, oh,
I'll
but
go
are
to
you
your
really
show."
funny though? Because I'm funny, and I was like, I don't know. Come Friday, watch me on stage. And then there's
then,
one
like,
time
5
where like
dudes.
5, 6 dudes are there, and I was like, oh my god, all of them are here.
We had a section just for her dates.
Wait, okay. You also use Bumble then?
I used to, yeah.
Okay. As a pickup artist, what pickup line did you use?
Okay, so the one that is very sneaky.
Okay.
Okay.
Because, again, imagine you're a girl in Bali. You
got
get.
it.
Okay. You have thousands of matches. It's much easier because men don't even see the girl. It's like swipe right,
Yes,
swipe
yeah.
right, swipe right. So you have to do something that make you stand out. And obviously, it's not like I can put a picture with AI six pack or something.
Okay.
So I used to always open with this. I really like your energy. Too bad you're a little bit too fat. And they will answer, what the f-? Like, and then I will reply, far. I meant far. It was a typo. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Now they already replied. They build up tension and strong emotion, and they cannot stay mad because typos happen.
Yeah.
So you're just rage baiting
So
people
Yes,
to
yes,
reply.
that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Was
So
that-
you just keep on texting. It's like, it
Yeah.
works out. I'll try it out.
Was that what you sent to Toko? to
No,
your
because
wife?
at that time I was having too many dates. Like and also I'm very not good at organizing. I had 2-3 girls show up at the same time. It was a lot. I was heartbroken. I was drowning in my
you were the one
sorrows
that's
in
heartbroken.
pussy. And and what's happened is that at that point I was just giving my WhatsApp number. And also once they would write me on WhatsApp, I would have this copy and paste that was like, listen, let's go on a date, but let's have a 15-minute grace period. In the first 15 minutes, if I don't feel your vibe, I can walk away. If you don't feel my vibe, you can walk away. No hurt feelings. And then after 5 minutes, I was like, I love this woman. Like I even had a Tinder date on the queue of the Immigrasi while I was renewing my visa. And I didn't feel the vibe, so I just turned around and she was behind me for another hour.
You were waiting for
What
your
the f-
visa.
How the hell did this happen? Okay. I'm doing something very wrong. I gotta figure
You
myself
could have
out.
as many girls as you want.
Nah, well, no, I don't think so. I'm not as confident as that. I can't do that. Like, I'm not gonna say. Wait, what is fat in bahasa Indonesia? Gendut kan?
Gendut,
Okay, what is far? Jauh.
jauh.
I can't say like, oh kamu cantik banget, tapi Come on, you
No,
can
of
do
course it
Yeah.
doesn't
I
translate.
know you can say typo. No, you can do it in
That would
Java.
actually be hilarious if you do it in Bali.
Java is very different, you know.
You do it in English.
Yeah, you're right. Fair enough.
By the way, I don't know if it's allowed. Can I have another one? This is good.
I mean, I can make another one.
Oh, but we have to stop recording. Okay, then just don't worry.
You want like coffee? I can just give
Sure.
you coffee.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, well, I'll just make.
No, give me. It's fine. Coffee is fine. You can just pour it in.
I'll just pour some coffee with some ice.
Yeah.
This is
His
the
bar
first time.
service sucks. I asked
Okay.
for a second drink. He said no.
No one ever asked
No
for a
asked for a
second
second
drink.
drink.
No one ever finished the drink aside from Panji and the guest today and you.
The ice is like.
Yo,
not
if I can
working
get
anymore.
free stuff, I'll get 15 of those. I don't care.
I'll just put one ice.
Oh, not even the coffee, just one ice cube. There you go. Wait for it to melt, and then you can drink the water.
There you go. There you go.
This guy, I thought he was such a polite little boy.
See?
Look at you.
I
Little
told
boy.
Oh, see, I knew it. I knew it. He was gonna say something about that.
I worked hard. man.
See, it's like with the models, touch on where the ego goes. I mean, you're a little bit scrawny. You could work out a little bit more.
Well, there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I love this.
Say the guy who broke a chair at a comedy show.
Hey, I'm 40 years old. I'm 19. I don't even remember. Well, I was probably fat also at 19. I don't know.
You know,
I'm only skinny when I'm heartbroken. When I'm heartbroken, I just fucking jacked. And then I get
Oh.
happy and
I don't. Most people like when they're heartbroken, they Cersei.
no, I'm like, I need to make that
Like,
jealous.
you need to lock in. You need
Yeah.
to like actually try. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So you're 19, huh? So
I
you
am.
say stuff like
What?
skibbity? No?
No, no, no.
Okay, good.
6, 7.
No, not anymore. No,
No, this is already
was,
old for
that
him.
was a while. That was a while ago.
That's the newest thing for me.
No, I mean, I'm 19, but also like those things are like Gen Alpha. Those are like 16-year-olds. Those are like 15 probably.
Fair.
How old
Yeah.
are you, Annie?
I'm
You're
She's
30.
pushing
also-
40.
She's also
I'm
19.
30.
30 only? I thought you were
I'm
older.
30. Some people age like wine. I'm aged like milk.
Why are you admitting this? Why are you like?
Hey, I'm an honest person. I'm an honest woman.
Wait, actually, you know what? Okay, whatever.
Did you get Botox already?
What? No.
No? Okay. You look
Does
like
it look like I
I'm
got
just
Botox?
asking.
Are you trying to?
Are you like?
I just want to crush his confidence in himself. That's my goal for today's.
All right,
No,
go
you,
ahead.
you can never do that because his father already done it.
But
Yeah.
you know, what, the Botox or the confidence?
Both. For me, to me, I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, Mav. I'm sorry. Sorry,
But,
people.
you know, as
They're all afraid they're gonna lose their job because you get too angry and
I don't get
you're like, I'm
angry.
done with this.
I don't get angry. But can you speak? You can speak Bahasa Indonesia like.
Very little. I'm so ashamed because I've been here many years. The problem is that I don't speak it at home because my wife is not Indonesian. So I have and when I perform in English. So there's very few times where I can actually speak it. I'm very
Yeah.
ashamed of it. That
You know,
I,
let's try that then. Try the exact question that you asked before to them, but in Bahasa.
I couldn't.
You can't.
I thought you're taking Indonesian class
Yeah,
lessons.
and then I got lazy. Yeah, story of my life.
You did say that, right? You're like, what? You do good on something and then you just give up?
Yeah, before comedy, I never hold a job more than 1 year.
Why?
Because I would get bored and I would just have to move to something different.
But it must be look bad on your CV,
Oh, my
or
CV,
resume.
it's awful. My CV
Right.
makes no sense. They would only hire me if I would get to the interview part,
Yeah.
because then I would charm them. But like, if you look at my CV, it's like, what the is that? Yeah.
Like, what is
I
happening?
just put my nudes now on my CV, and I don't get hired. That's why.
So, what Indonesian that you still remember?
Just the very basics, the greetings, like it's very little. But I do use Indonesian when because I either perform for Bules, mostly in Bali, or
Yeah.
mixed, or when I do shows in Jakarta or other parts of Indonesia, I perform in English, just like we did in Suci, but for Indonesian people. So there I do my research, so maybe the punchline is in Bahasa Indonesia and stuff like that.
Because like most of your followers on Instagram are Indonesians.
But then can you understand Bahasa Indonesia?
If you speak slowly, yes.
Yeah.
But let's not test
So
it.
just like you.
I'm just
No, I mean, if I'm not that bad.
no, but in Indonesian, like if you only understand if people speak slowly.
No,
That's
I'm
what
not-
you meant.
Yes, again, I'm not that bad.
But also in English only, like his comprehension skill is not the language.
What the hell is wrong with you guys? I'm not, what?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel bad. I'm 40 years old. I'm being a bully.
Bullying a
Just
kid.
bullying a kid, man.
I'm
I'm 19.
You're right.
This
You're
is
right.
mean. I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry.
No.
His
Wait.
father's downstairs.
Is he gonna beat me up? Why?
Yeah. I mean, your car, the tires slashed. I don't know what to tell you.
I came with a Gojek, so
The go to his car.
So it's his fault.
slashed. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't care.
Okay, so you can't really speak Bahasa Indonesia, but you've been here for how many years?
8.
8 years.
Yeah.
And you never really tried.
Let's talk about your. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Shame.
Oh, wait,
Sorry,
okay.
Indonesia.
But like,
Is the reason that I never tried to speak Bahasa Indonesia because I'm still offended by the way Indonesian people cook Italian dishes.
okay. No,
Yeah.
how do they cook Italian dishes?
Off like you don't. How? Do you want to go there? You guys should be in jail, all of you.
Is it that bad?
Yes, you make matcha pizzas and cappuccino cincao and all the
I don't think
crazy
it's only-
stuff you do, and macaroni goreng and all this.
I don't think it's only Indo that does that.
Yes,
It's only
it is
Indonesia.
only
Only
Indo.
Indo that does that?
Now you just came out with with the spaghetti goreng. I saw a video of this girl eating spaghetti with the side of nasi putih. What is wrong with you?
I'm
Damn
very
it.
proud. I'm very proud of Indonesia for being able to do that.
And this is what I don't understand. Because some countries have good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some country have food. You decided, I want all. I want the best food and the food at the same time.
Have you tried the Italian food in here?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately.
What was the worst one that
You
you
guys are out of your mind. You guys cannot even spell. Just one thing. If you're in an Italian restaurant, just use the right spelling. You can't even spell spaghetti correctly. It gets me so mad. Oh, we're in an Italian restaurant, and then it's spelled wrong.
What was the worst thing that you've had?
Like Indonesian?
Yeah.
There's so many things that you guys do. Because you mix like things that don't make sense. For example, one thing that makes me just lose my mind. Cheese does not go in desserts. You make brownie and then you grate cheese on
Wait,
top.
hold on now. No, I
Hey!
disagree with that. Cheesecake.
The cheesecake is the only one, but it's a.
Oh, yeah,
No, but you have like regular sweets or regular dessert, and then you grate cheese on top.
Yeah. Have
What
you
is wrong
tried
with you?
martabak keju?
That's true.
Yes,
Martabak keju is
and I
great.
threw it out immediately.
That's martabak
Because
keju
you
is
don't
great.
have taste.
No. And
Okay, I
also,
disagree with that.
you guys cannot differentiate between tasty and spicy. You just add as many spices as you can, and then you cannot fill your mouth.
Yeah, I think
that's
That is
just-
not tasty.
I think that's just a skill
Also,
issue.
how do you poop the other day? I don't
skill
want to
issues.
poop in the morning and my spicy,
Again,
okay?
that's just a skill
It's
issue.
a skills issue.
That was just your own fault. Like if you can't handle it, then you can't handle it. I don't
It's
know.
because
Damn
you're
it.
just because you're white.
That's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know.
You know,
Yeah.
either the taste buds and your ass is just not as like. I don't know.
While your ass tastes bad, I'm like, "Mwah!
Exactly.
I love this. Okay.
Have you ever tried our thing called jasuke? It's like jagung susu keju. So it's corn. You put like condensed milk and then cheese and then you mix it. It's really
Why?
That's actually really good.
It's
Why?
really-
No, it's not.
It's really
Why?
It's
Get
good.
some help. Get to therapy. No.
Okay,
Stop it. Stop it.
All right, and what is the best Indonesian food that you've had?
Well, rendang obviously is great.
Okay.
I love rendang. Mi goreng, nasi goreng, ikan bakar.
Okay.
I like the gado-gado, all the you deep fry everything.
That's
I
true.
love tempeh. Tempeh is my tofu is but tempeh, I love
Okay.
tempeh.
There we go. There's a lot of good
No,
food.
but
there.
you make a lot of good food,
Which is
and
also
then
good.
you put corn with milk and cheese.
Hey, we love experiment, and most of the time it comes out really good.
Exactly. Like some, we get some like bad batches, and sometimes we get good ones. It is what it
I
is.
think it's past traumas that you received
Well,
as a
yeah.
country. I think that's the problem with the food.
A lot of the food that we have is because we just couldn't buy like, good ingredients, so we just added random things.
No, but even the things that you like, I've seen Indonesian people that, for example, have leftover pizza and then they deep fry in a pan the leftover pizza. You don't do that. You need to respect the food. Damn it.
Then how do you do if there's a leftover pizza to heat it up?
You don't. It's fine. It's fine.
What about frozen pizza?
No, it's fine. Frozen pizza is fine. I mean, if you cannot get, it's all right.
Okay.
But like pasta, first of all, you don't break the pasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's illegal. You don't break the pasta.
What?
There's a lot of different types, but there's tiny pasta.
That's true.
You if you want small pasta, you buy small pasta.
Okay.
Okay, it's like if you say, "Oh, I want shorts," so you buy long pants and then you cut them.
A lot of people do that.
In Indonesia, because you guys are crazy. That's why.
What? Like it's not like the Italian police gonna knock on our door.
I'll knock at your door. Damn it.
Okay. What else?
Or
Pineapple.
yeah, no,
On
pineapple is
pizza.
awful. But this is the thing also. Carbs don't go with carbs.
Okay, I disagree with that. That's not.
Have you tried Indomie with nasi?
Yeah,
It's great.
it is pretty good. No, okay, hold on.
I'm really gonna leave.
Because like you get like warteg and you get like there's a lot of rice and like other things,
Yeah.
but then you also get noodles with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Why?
Because it just tastes good. The noodles, to me, the noodles by itself is too much flavor. But then you mix it with the rice, it's just enough.
Then get something with less flavor.
No, but you're supposed to mix it with the rice.
You're not.
Have you seen this photo that someone eating pizza with
I've
rice?
seen it. I've
How
seen
are
it.
you,
I've
how
seen
have you been here for 8 years and you're still complaining about this? How
And you
did
just
this happen?
keep complaining about this for 8 years?
Because this is an important issue, I'm gonna change it. It's gonna take me a while, but I will educate Indonesian people. And also, don't get me started on cappuccino chinchao. Cappuccino chinchao. If you drink cappuccino chinchao, you're a terrible person, and you will go to hell.
Damn. Okay.
Damn it. Why? Why? Cappuccino is already perfect. Why with chinchao? Why do you have to add a slimy texture in your
It's-
mouth when you drink cappuccino?
It's good. It's kind of like boba tea.
It's not. But drink boba tea if you want boba tea.
Then why can't you break past it?
Why can't I break your arm?
You can. There you go.
But it's not nice.
Oh, no, but why is it not nice? I'm a human being.
Because
so it's-
people work very hard to make the pasta in that shape,
Okay.
and you go and you destroy
Oh,
it.
you mean
But then, like-
the factory that mass produced
Yeah.
it?
All I'm saying is,
Exactly.
all I'm saying is Jesus broke bread. So
Yeah.
you're telling me like we're not allowed to break anything?
Yeah.
So I'm a bad Christian because I don't break pasta. That's what you're
Yeah.
saying.
I'm just saying that, like, you
Now
know,
I'm going to hell now.
everyone here. But
Oh, for sure. Everyone here is going to hell for sure.
all I'm saying is, okay, pasta. You know, if like we just can't fit all of it in, you know, we just break a bit.
And also the way you cook pasta is so wrong.
It's
so
just
wrong.
put it in the boiled water that will have like put it oil and then like fucking
You don't put
salt.
oil. Why you put in oil?
I don't know. That's the
Wait.
recipe that I saw on the internet.
For it's Indonesian recipe because in Italy they wouldn't.
You know, where's your wife from?
South Africa.
Does she cook food?
I cook 90% of the time. She only cooks when she misses South African dishes.
Okay.
I
Then what-
don't allow her to cook pasta. She's not allowed. She's
Then
not
what do you
allowed.
think about South African dishes then?
South African dishes is good because it's very meat based.
Hmm.
They have a lot of meat. One of my favorite, they have this braai, which is the way they barbecue.
Barbecue.
So much meat.
Okay.
And instead of the rice, because mostly, like almost every culture has a kind of carb base.
Yeah.
Like in Italy, it's the pasta. In Asian countries, is the rice. In South Africa, it's called pap,
Okay.
which is corn flour.
Oh. Okay.
Similar to polenta in Italian. But what I love the most is called biltong. If you never try, you have to try. Is basically dried meat. It becomes like chips, basically, and it's so good.
So it's like jerky.
Yeah, yeah. The difference between jerky
Damn.
is this earthquake.
Jesus.
Oh, oh, is that thunder?
It's a thunder.
Damn. The difference between jerky and biltong is that jerky, they cut it and then they dry it. Biltong is the whole loin.
Oh.
They dry the loin and then they cut it.
Oh.
No,
Interesting.
like, does it taste different?
Yes, it's more chewy.
Okay, so it's like less crispy. It's like,
Yes.
Okay. No, interesting. Wait.
If you come to Bali, I'll make you try.
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
Wait, did you
if
come
you
here
come
with
to
a
Bali, I
problem?
won't invite you.
No, she's no, don't worry about her.
Yeah, don't worry about me. Worry about you. You'll not sleep tonight. I'm gonna stab you.
Oh, even worse, you're gonna come close to my bed and then break pasta in front of me.
Exactly. Look at this.
Wait, did you come here with a problem? I forgot.
Yes, Indonesian people cooking Italian food. No,
Okay.
I have no problem. I'm good.
Well, you know, if that was a
mostly good.
problem, if that was a problem, you already told them the proper ways of doing it. Right? You don't break pasta.
Yes.
This and that.
Yes.
So
I didn't know I had to come here with a problem.
Yeah. So our production is really bad.
They're great. They're
so-
great. He's the host. That are like,
Ah, that's it.
The
I
host.
got your back, guys.
The host. One of them. It's you.
Yeah.
No, he said hosts. There was a slight hit of an S.
Oh, she's a host? I thought she was just passing by. She was just a homeless girl that you
we
picked up from
we
the
just
streets.
felt bad. So, anyways, here's the bill.
No, that's expensive. Okay.
Hey, it's
They
a-
even put additional ice, 200K.
We did that. Put
yeah,
additional.
additional ice.
Damn, what-
You did have tissues.
You also did get a tissue.
Heart to heart fee 500.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Do I really have to pay this?
Yeah, cutest and everything. You know?
I will.
Okay.
I know Annie needs the money. So.
Yeah, it's like a charity fund. It's like a.
Charity. Thank you, my lord.